And started right here with the mayor of Kerman.
Hey.
Yeah, right there. So we give it, usually it takes 2 or 3 seconds to really pop up, but we on air now.
Okay.
Hey guys, how
Hey,
y'all doing
everybody.
out there? You got the honorable mayor, Maria Pacheco from Kerman.
That's right.
And then she's running for Fresno County School Board.
No.
Supervisor.
Yeah.
I got to mix
Fresno
up.
County Board of Supervisors, District 1.
She's correcting me right on air. That's why we're going live. She says, are we going to edit anything? No, we're going to be live.
We're going to be live. We're
Yeah,
doing this.
but Miss Mayor,
Hey.
can you do your little song through and for me a little bit?
No.
Okay, she know what I'm saying.
Sing live. Y'all don't want to hear that. I was just playing around. Let's see. We can do a little bit of like LL Cool J. I could just do a little bit of rapping.
Go ahead, then. Let me see what you're working with.
Gosh, let me see here.
You live right
Okay,
now,
hold
so
on.
you know.
I'm live. Okay, let me think. All alone in my room, sometimes I stare at the wall, and in the back of my mind, I hear the conscience call, telling me I need a girl who's as sweet as a dove. For the first time in my life, I see I need love. There I was, giggling about the games and how I play with many hearts, and I'm not saying no names. Then the thought occurred, teardrops made my eyes burn, as I said to myself, look what you've done to her. I could feel it inside. I can't explain how it feels. All I know is that I'll never just another raw deal, playing make-believe, pretending that I'm true, holding in my laugh as I say that I love you, saying no more, kissing you on the ear, whispering I love you and I'll always be here. Okay, that's enough. I can't do it.
This is the mayor, guys.
Hey!
Mayor Maria Pacheco from Kerman. She's running for supervisor.
Yeah, so y'all didn't hear a little bit of Lisa on earlier, see?
Oh, my God.
Doug got a little treat.
Oh, my God. That's wonderful. Hey, guys, this is what happens when you're on the Doug Best Show. And I was telling the mayor just before we got on air, and, you know, usually when you get on air and you're on TV or you're on the social media or whatever, this is the Doug Best Show. You always go through like a little schematic, or we're going to talk about this and talk about that. But I asked her. Before we got on air, I said, Mayor, so when I watched the GV Wire debate, I seen everybody basically said the same thing. I'm the only one on this roster that's and did this and that's and did that. And I'm watching my senorita and I'm watching my sister-in-law. I'm just watching them to see how they responded. But the people don't really care about that. The people really care. Because I'm from the mud. I always talk about that, even though I'm successful. I'm from the mud, and I mean what I mean by that. My dad hauled cantaloupes, and we cut grapes, 8-cent a tray, 12 of us out there cutting grapes, and the whole ball of wax, drugs, the streets, prison, and all that kind of stuff a lot of years ago. But I'm the average person, and I think what you're trying to do, you're trying to get the average person out there to come vote. So I asked her, how are you going to be able to take your thoughts and your wisdom and to put it in my mind and somebody else's mind and make it touch everybody's heart so they'll get up and go vote for you on June 2nd and have all their friends and all their family members. Then I'm going to turn it over to Mayor Maria Pacheco, and she's going to talk to you. I'm going to get back, get out of the way, and just let you do your thing.
Yeah, you know, I think that we're all looking for the same thing.
And it's better when you just look at that camera that way, because I could see you that way so the people could see you looking at them.
All right, so you want me to turn this way?
Mm-hmm.
I was saying, I think everyone in our communities are looking for the same thing. And I think that they're looking for representation. I think that they're looking for one of us, right? Like you said, from the mud.
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with being from the mud either. There's nothing
from
wrong
the mud. Yeah, I think that it's been far too long that we have had someone in a seat that is one of us, looks like one of us, talks like one of us, raps like one of us.
Oh my God, I can't rap. I'm a black. I can't rap. I can dance.
You know, I hope that people truly see that I'm here with a pure heart and passion for the community, and I hope that my authenticity is translatable, that they can see it coming through this screen. I hope that they can see it coming through, you know, my heart and my soul, and that motivates them, that moves them to go out and to vote. And, you know, I really think that now's the time. This is our time. That's why my campaign says this is our time, because I think that we are all waking up and realizing our absence in this process. I think that we're realizing that our voice matters, that the reason why our voice has been so long silenced is because it matters, because we can make a difference. People don't get up and go out and vote for a reason. It is on purpose. It is the system's way of making sure that we're oppressed and that we don't care enough to get up and vote because we don't think that our voice matters. And I'm here to tell you, your voice matters. My voice matters. Your voice matters.
Agree,
and collectively, we can make real change. And I'm here to be that leader. I'm here to lead you in that effort. I'm here to be the echo of your voice and your need. And I'm here to make sure you have a seat at the table.
Yeah, that's beautiful right there. And I felt that. I think I met Ms. Pacheco maybe a week or two ago. Matthew Gillian. And that's your chief of staff? What do you call him?
He is my campaign manager. He's a baddie, yeah.
Oh my God. He's like that football coach that you want.
Yeah.
That you want. And
absolutely.
Guys, and what Ms. Pacheco's saying, I'm gonna see if I can articulate it a little differently. She's saying, when I'm talking about us being from the mud, I mean just the regular people. I just mean just the regular people. You could be my sister or my cousin that ain't never voted before. But, so what happens, if we got 500,000 people, a little more, in the city of Fresno? That's hypothetical. And what if 40,000 of those people was like my sister or like my senorita that don't vote, but they legal citizens and they can vote? Those are the people that I'm talking about that's in the mud. And that's why we got this show right here. So when Ms. Pacheco comes and get on here, she could touch the hearts and the minds of the people. And oftentimes, you see the Donald Trump crew and Gary Bretterfield, man, I got to call you out because you're not saying the right things on that thing. So the regular people out there, what she's saying, guys, having a seat at the table don't mean that, if you call Miss Pacheco, it's 3 o'clock in the morning, you say, I need $50 for my rent, you probably don't get cussed out. But what that means, or if you got somebody that understands your plight and she could sit at the table, she could help the whole group. Is that what you mean, though, Ms.
That is exactly what I mean. I don't want anybody to be up at 3 o'clock in the morning wondering where they're going to get that $50 from.
Oh my God.
I want to come up way before them. And I have some opponents who are just like, we're fighting for fair wages. Nah, fair wages is not good enough for us anymore. I'm not fighting for fair wages. I'm fighting for prevailing wages. We have gone from bad to worse, and we have people who want to take us back to bad. That's not good enough. It just doesn't cut it anymore. We need someone in this seat, someone like me, someone who fights for you, that's going to bring this home and understands that bad isn't good enough.
I agree with that.
And we need to go up. We need to understand generational wealth and start to build that. We need to understand how to become landlords. We need to understand how to invest. We need to understand even the basics. We need to understand just financial literacy, how to budget. What does it mean? Where do I go? How do I learn how to invest my money, even small bits of money, and allow that to grow? Our communities need that education, and we need to come up. This is our time to come up, y'all.
I agree with that. And Mayor Pacheco, I'm just see if I can articulate it. So it's difficult sometimes for me being a podcast and I'm being African American, but I ain't like shame or nothing. My money can match a bunch of white people's money. But the thing is that what I was going to ask you, is it difficult for you to be able to talk about Hispanics? I got a Hispanic wife, so if somebody say anything negative, I might want to fight. But I'm not saying that. I'm just I shouldn't have said that. But what the point that I'm making is, sometimes when we talk about the regular common people from the mud, it could be a lot of Spanish people. It's a lot of Spanish people in the Fresno County. And I know you're Hispanic, and you got when you're a politician, you got to appeal to white people, Asian people, black people, Mexican people. But is it difficult for you to just say that? I know you see what I see. When I was looking in Los Angeles just the other day, when I seen ICE doing what they doing, not that nothing's going to happen to my senorita, nothing like that. But in my mind, I'm thinking that's crazy. But on a local level, if all the Hispanics get together in the Fresno County and you could pull 50% of them, wouldn't that be wonderful? Is that a subject you can't touch? Ain't nothing wrong with being a
I'll
Mexican and
touch-
want to talk to the Mexican people.
I'm Wachichichi Chimeca. My family's from South Texas. Our tribe goes from South Texas all the way down to San Luis Potosí. So people often ask me now, Maria, like, are you Mexican or are you native? Like, which one
she
are you?
corrected
My
me the
answer
other
is
day.
yes.
Both.
I am both. And so I represent a lot of people, a lot of marginalized communities, and
That's a good
and
word.
beyond that, right? It's not just about being native or being Mexican or being black. Like, it's about us coming together collectively and understanding that we are no longer the minority. And we have real power, and our power is in our votes. If we use it, if we choose to use it, if we choose to wake up, we choose to understand, then we can truly make a difference. And that's what it's about. It's not about whether you're black, you're white, you're brown, whatever. It's about collectively as a community building on what we have and making a change.
Yeah, I agree with that. And oh my God, and it just now I'm becoming more politically conscious. This morning I've been up all day putting up the Doug Best Show podcast signs, and only thing I didn't notice, I didn't see no signs with your name here. Do you got signs? Or you lying?
Well, I'm not campaigning in this neighborhood. I'm on the other side, so everything west of 99. So if you go out there, you'll see billboards of mine. You'll see a lot of street signs and things like that going out that way in the district I'm running for.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Fresno County, it don't encompass this area?
So Fresno
District
County,
1.
District 1 is like mostly west of 99 from Herndon all the way out to Easton. And then
Okay.
it covers Kerman, the cities of Kerman, San Joaquin, Mendota, Fireball, and then you have some unincorporated towns in there too, like Biola, Tranquility, Mercy Hot Springs, Cantua Creek.
That's beautiful. And what the good thing is about guys, about the Doug Best Show, about the social media period. My brother-in-law and my sister-in-law, they got a thing that's called a store in Mexico. They watching us right now.
Okay.
Tito and
Hey.
Hector Mendoza and my sister-in-law, she's here from Guadalajara, Mexico. She leaves with us and we leave on the 19th. We go back there. But the beautiful part about the social media is, man, it touches everybody.
Yeah.
It touches everybody. So, Mayor Pacheco, so is it, what's more important? Touching the people's hearts and minds is the key, I know that. But is it more important with just the signs, being on the social media, or being on debates, or being in forums, or you need all of them?
I think they all play a role. It's all important, to have, bits and pieces.
Or
But
knocking on the
signs-
doors.
Knocking on the doors is where I was going to go. But signs don't equal votes. And so we're really putting our efforts where it matters the most, and that's on knocking doors. Let me tell you,
Canvassing.
both my feet have blisters.
Don't say that.
Both my feet have
blisters.
blisters.
No, I'm
Last
telling
night
you.
I knocked over 100 doors
Oh my God.
in the city of Kerman, and we have so much support, and I'm so thankful. Thank you, Kerman, for giving me the opportunity to serve you as your mayor, and then continuing your support and taking this to the next level as county supervisor. I couldn't do this without you, and I appreciate you. I appreciate all of the wonderful things that I heard at all of the doors, and I hear you when you're talking about affordability. I hear you when you're talking about access and transportation, and I just want to say, I'm so proud of what we've been able to do together, and I really look forward to serving you as your next supervisor. So thank you so much for everything that you have done and all of the love that I received and I continue to receive from you.
Yeah, so Mayor Maria, so is the ethnicity of the district that you're running for Board of Supervisors, do you know the breakdown or you can't say it?
Yeah, I mean, we're heavily Hispanic in this district, in District 1. Mendota, San Joaquin, Fireball, Kerman. Kerman's, I think we're at about a little over 80% Hispanic there in the city of Kerman. So, but it doesn't matter. The breakdown doesn't matter other than, we just need to collectively come together and vote. And I really appreciate the support that I'm getting from Southwest Fresno and, Bawapa, who has really gotten behind, this this campaign and really championed and just stood strong and firm behind me. And I really appreciate that. We don't have a large population of African Americans in the city of Kerman. However, that has never played, importance in the numbers of how many people we have in the city of Kerman. That has swayed me to feel that leadership and representation still matters. Even if it's just one person, they still need to be represented and they still need that leadership. And so, we have done a lot in the city of Kerman, and so proud to say that we do have our first African-American city councilwoman, Councilwoman Bertie Hall, on city council. A good friend of mine, I was able to mentor her through the process so that she could be the first and break that ceiling and make sure that representation is there in the city of Kerman. Working with BWAPA on other projects in the city of Kerman, alongside Yasmin Enriquez, who's the owner of Fruta Fresca there in the city of Kerman, who's going to be recognized by Senate here coming up. I believe it's on the 13th. She's going up to Sacramento to receive an award for all that her business has done in the city of Kerman, because they are amazing, phenomenal. Mm-hmm. I'm going to give them just a shout out if I can. If you have never been out to Fruta Fresca before, you definitely have to get out there. You need to know who Yasmin Enriquez is. She's such a phenomenal person and community member. She does so much to give back to the community. And she actually made a designer ice cream.
She's welcome to come get on the Doug Best Show.
Yeah, we'll bring her on the Doug Best Show for sure, hands down. She's a very beloved community member, but she makes designer ice cream, and she made a designer ice cream for the Harriet Tubman event last year that was gingerbread and strawberry. It was delicious, and she turned Kerman into a bit of a tourist town.
Beautiful.
And even though
she went viral, Dana.
Yeah, even though we don't have a large African-American population in the city of Kerman, we are still there making sure that they are represented, that they are seen, and that we are one community. And so I think that that's what's important. That's what I want to bring to the county level, is to make sure that there's inclusion for everyone, not just the largest group.
That's beautiful. And that's the beauty about real leadership. It transcends race. And then, guys, oftentimes I'm on here and then, I say something about race. It's not that I'm trying to be a divider, but it's an issue historically and systemically, that those different things exist. So I just try to touch it. But one thing that I did forget, though, Honorable Mayor, today I seen on Facebook, and I'm sure that you agree with this, the Honorable Mayor Jerry Dyer here in the city of Fresno.
Oh, man.
His mom died. This is going to be with good taste. And a few weeks ago, his dad died. I'm not trying to pretend like I'm great friends with the mayor or nothing. I know him. But, probably like everybody else know, we didn't see him. We just shook hands. Me and the senator went to their church a few times, tried to get him on the show. But, man, his mom died, and I ain't going to touch this too much, but his pops died a few weeks ago. Man, I don't care if I was the president of the United States and something happened to my mom. I feel like crying right now. Man, and your mom died and your dad died a few weeks earlier. Man, that's a hard blow.
That is my heart. I hurt. My heart aches for the mayor.
Right.
When I heard that his dad had passed away,
and he was a former police officer too. I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, he was the chief. When I heard that the mayor's father had passed, I sent him a note, just expressing, my condolences and politics aside, man, that's just
that's personal. That's
painful. Personal. Yeah, and my thoughts and prayers are with the Dyer family, with the mayor. I mean, all politics aside, it doesn't even matter. That I just, man, that's rough.
That's
your
powerful.
Mama and your daddy at the, going to, I mean, I think
in
they
the
were
last
like
few weeks apart.
Yeah, just a few weeks apart. Like that's Johnny and June right there, like that's rough. I'm so sorry, Mayor. And my thoughts and prayers are with you and your family. And I just like to say, I know that we're, on a show, but if we could just give just a few minutes of silence and reflection for that, that's rough.
Yeah, I felt that.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Mayor Maria Pacheco from the city of Kerman. And then we talking about the Honorable Mayor Jerry Dyer for the city. We're not trying to politicize this, nothing, man. It's just straight from my heart. I start crying on this thing because I'm real sentimental and with family and emotional. But anyway, man, just stay strong out there, man. I'm not sure if you even see this, man. I just want you to know a bunch of black people, even though you're the chief of police and you did what you ever did for them, and you've been the mayor for all these years, I ain't never had no problem with you. And I don't know if people love you or hate you, but from a personal standpoint, man, just stay strong. I know you're a Christian guy. We seen you at church. So I know you believe in Jesus, you believe in God. Just keep going. And we're going to leave it at that, man. Our condolences from me and my senorita and from the mayor of Kerman, Maria Pacheco. Yeah, Mayor, the other mayor, Mayor Pacheco. So just tell me more about, running for the office. Is it expensive? I know it takes a whole bunch of time because just building the Doug Best Show is like being in a campaign constantly. I got a campaign to get the people on the show, and I got to put the signs up, and I got to just grow it and grow it and grow it, get more and more subscribers. Is it expensive?
Yeah, absolutely. Campaigns are expensive. It's unfortunate too, the way that people really focus on the money and the fundraising. But I'll tell you what, I'm beyond blessed.
Oh, you got a rich husband. Oh my God. Big Daddy got plenty of money.
Hey, no, but I'm extremely blessed with the team that I have. Matthew is worth his weight in gold.
As for a raise, big money.
And, and most of this work that people are doing for this campaign are on a voluntary basis. So I don't have the same kind of bills as my opponents do. I don't have, $10,000 bills for, my consultants or my manager or my director. I have a social media team. I have a communications team. I have a director. I have a manager. I have all of the, and it's all grassroots. It's
and
all
they contacted me.
It's all people who believe in me, who believe in this movement, and people who are championing this campaign, at a huge sacrifice, a sacrifice of their time and, time with their families,
right.
Just on strength.
Right. I could see that. Just
volunteers. I have 28 volunteers knocking on doors, not charging me anything. They're all volunteers.
No money.
No money.
Yeah. I seen the guy, Tom Steyer. He's running for governor. He didn't already spent over $100 million, but we're going to go back to you, Mayor, but why would you spend $100 million for a job that don't even make $1 million a year? Is it something in my mind that's not working correctly? Or is it, I'm not saying you can read into his mind, but why would somebody like Kamala Harris, get $1 billion and she spend it in the presidency only makes $250,000, $300,000 a year? So I know, and I don't think the supervisors make that much money. So the sacrifice that you're making, it can't be for the money. Because you got a master's degree, you can make some money somewhere else. Absolutely
not doing this for the money. As a small town mayor, my first term, I was making $300 a month around there.
You told me that, but nobody's going to believe you made $300.
Yeah. And so working the hours that I was working, putting in the work that I was putting in, that's all voluntary. And that's on strength and love for my community. That was me walking into rooms and realizing, whoa, I have the opportunity to really make a difference.
Yeah.
And loving that.
Right.
And it was all worth it. Money out of my pocket to pay for gas, money out of my pocket to attend events, money out of my pocket to be at the table where real decisions and real change are being made.
Yeah. So, Mayor, we don't have no schematic here. When I built the apartments over on Jensen, it's a plan. But right now, I said, how long do you want to go? She says, let's go to about 2 and see how it go. And guys, we just having a conversation here on the Doug Best Show with the Honorable Maria Pacheco, the mayor of Kerman. She's running for the Board of Supervisors area 1 or district 1?
District 1.
District 1. So, but we just having a conversation. So anybody out there, the most important thing that we got to stress, she want to make sure that on June 2nd, and then you can correct me if I speak out of turn, that on June 2nd, you guys get out there, man, and vote for her. And she would, I'm going to say it like KT for D3 said, she trying to knock this thing out the park. So on June 2nd, I'm the supervisor, and I don't have to be going back through a runoff all the way in November the 3rd again. Is that what you're trying to do?
Yeah. So we have the election coming up on June 2nd.
Primary.
The primary, but ballots had already begun to drop since yesterday. So people can already vote. So if you go out to your mailbox, see it, if your official ballot has come through, hopefully they have. And if not, they'll be. Here, so I know. I have a couple in my car that I got from my mailbox. And make sure you're looking at that. Make sure you're voting. Make sure you're calling your auntie and your uncle and your friends and anybody you know, and making sure they're voting. And then ask them to vote for me.
yeah, that's beautiful. That's your whole job. You want to ask for them. And I think that's something that we should stress more and more. She's on here talking to all of us, kind of educating. I'm going to ask you 1 second about those tables, those rooms where they smoke-filled room. But the most important thing, not the most important thing, maybe, is you need people to go out there and vote. She's charming,
vote.
Personable, very intelligent. And then did you get the master's degree yet?
I have completed the program, and I will be walking across the stage on May 16th.
That's beautiful. And May 16th is that's not too far away. And then, so Honorable Mayor, just stay with us right now about this voting thing. Mm-hmm. So a lot of people, and I'm not being racist or nothing, but it's the truth. A lot of people, from the inner cities, we ain't never voted before. And so maybe you could talk to, and it could be a lot of people. I know her.
That's by design.
I know Mendota, I know Huron, I know Kalinga, I know El Centro, I know Bakersfield, because that's what my pops did. He hauled cantaloupes and watermelons for 30 years, and I know about, the people from these areas right here. So maybe you could talk to the people a little bit, and intimidated, it don't mean that we weak.
Absolutely
Ignorance,
not.
it don't mean that, we stupid. A lot of us out there, and I'm black. And I grew up in the project, so I'm not talking about nobody. A lot of us don't understand how the process go. And ain't that we don't, the reason why we don't do it, we ignorant of it. Explain to the people, maybe just the ABCs of how the process go.
Of how the process
The
goes
voting
of voting?
process.
Well,
So a lot of people see that stuff in the mail, we throw it away.
don't throw it away. Don't
I
throw
didn't
it
throw it away before the 30, 40, that's the truth.
No, definitely do not throw it away. We need to pay attention. I mean, first, step one is getting registered. We need to register to vote.
Okay.
You
Is
can
it
do
too
that.
late?
No, you can register to vote. Absolutely not. You can register to vote all the way up to November
Where?
3rd. You can vote online.
Okay.
You can go down to the county office.
You gotta register
You can
down
do it
there
at the
first?
DMV. Like when you're going to get your driver's license, it says, "Would you like to register to vote?" Check yes.
Right. And they'll send you that letter in the mail. I did that. I hate the DMV. It's too slow, though. I go to AAA.
Go online. You can register to vote online.
Okay. Yeah, just stay with me. I can see that look in your eyes. But the voting part is one of the vital pillars of this whole thing. So if you want to vote for Mayor Maria, and you want to vote for her, and you haven't registered yet, you might guess maybe you can give us just some ABCs real fast. We still got a little time.
Yeah.
About how to register. Go online.
Go online.
And guys, if you don't know how to do it, the Chat GPT, they could teach you everything. I get stuck on something, I go to Chat GPT.
ChatGPT tells you how you can do something like that?
I'm sure. They tells me how. I was doing electrical yesterday about some air conditioning units. I couldn't do it. We spent $20,000 on air conditioning units, and the guy out there was shucking me. I don't need you, man. And ChatGPT walked me through the whole thing. So I'm sure for the election process, in Fresno County, they can walk you through. Or Google
Yeah,
it.
absolutely. You could just go to vote.org.
Oh, so you see how smart she is? That's that master's degree, baby.
Yeah. I mean, it's easy to register to vote. You definitely, you want to get in there. If you don't want to pick a side, you don't want to, I think that's what a lot of people struggle with is like what party to register to. And for the longest time I was registered as an independent because I felt like if I was an independent, that just meant I was an independent thinker, right? Like I could just vote whichever way I wanted to vote.
Right.
And that's because like coming from the mud, right? Like,
Ignorance.
you just don't know. And so independent, there's an actual independent party. I was part of that independent party. I thought it was just, I was independent on my own, separate from everyone else. But the more you grow, the more you learn. And so I always want to be open and vulnerable with the people and make sure that they understand where I come from too. And, that I didn't just, I wasn't born into this life. I wasn't like a political science major.
Was you born rich though?
I was not born rich. No, I wasn't. My parents were field workers. When they came to California,
I'm
they
talking
were
real field workers, like picking grapes, 8 cent a tray.
You
that
said
kind of,
your dad hauled
and
cantaloupes.
my mom,
my
my
daddy
aunties and-
picked cantaloupes. And so I have a cantaloupe story, actually. If you look
Now
at my
we-
hand right here, you could see that big old scar.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's because my dad brought home a box of cantaloupes one day, and I loved cantaloupes.
Mm-hmm.
And he came home with a box of cantaloupes one day, and he was having a conversation with my mom, and he put down the cantaloupes on the kitchen table, and I was probably about 5 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted that cantaloupe.
You grabbed a knife.
I wanted that cantaloupe, and they were having a conversation. You know how it goes when you're like, hey, mama, daddy, whatever. And they're like, hang on. I'm talking. Wait your turn. Wait your turn. And I just didn't have that kind of patience.
Oh my God.
And so I went and got a 12-inch knife out of the drawer, and I grabbed a cantaloupe, and I took that knife and I went through the cantaloupe and right through my hand. And so that was back in the day when, and doctors still made house calls. This doctor came into his office in the middle of the night. I don't remember the doctor's name. And he stitched me up. No numb, no none of that. Just standing, it's just on the table there at a doctor's office in Kerman while he sewed my hand up.
Oh my God. Oh my God. So she's a real OG. It's a real OG, baby.
That's right. So that's my cantaloupe story. But yeah, I just want to make sure that, when we're talking about these things, we're talking about it from a real life perspective.
Yeah, that's the only way.
I think that's one of the issues that I had growing up is, I never heard and I had never seen, or I had never, saw anyone in my life that didn't know the things that I thought, you know what I mean? Like they were never real about growing up and making mistakes and how they got to the place they got, And so I always felt like they just were always there and never really understanding their story. And who actually opened this door for me is actually a trustee for Fresno City College on my journey. And her name's Nazarene Johnson.
Okay. I don't know her.
Yeah, she's a wonderful person. She's actually one of my supporters now. It's incredible to think about this journey that we've been on. But I was trying to get the transportation program going. And this was years before I was the mayor. And I was trying to figure out who to talk to at Fresno City College about this issue that we were having, getting our students from Kerman to Fresno City College. And so I went online and I was looking up the board of trustees, and I came across Nazarene Johnson's bio. And in her bio, she talks about dropping out of school. And she talks about her life, or in her bio, so raw and open. And I was so moved. And I was just like, that is amazing that she didn't have to put that in. Her bio could just be all the good stuff, which was what I was used to always reading, is all the good stuff, grew up in a rich city, attended a prestigious college, landed a prestigious job, and is now in leadership. And so I never felt like I could relate to anyone in these types of positions because I didn't have that story.
Right.
And so reading Nazarene, Trustee Johnson's bio, and reading her failure before her success.
That's necessary. The failure is necessary.
Yes, I related. I was like, oh my God. And so I actually called her. And the first thing that I said to her when she answered her phone, because Trustee Johnson answers her phone, I said, I just want to thank you so much for the bio that you put online, because it truly touched me.
I'm going to find it.
You need
give
to
me her
read
name.
Nazarene.
Spell it for me.
Oh, goodness. Nasareen, Nazarene Johnson, Johnsson. God, if I messed that up, Trustee, I'm so sorry. But I think that's
No, it's good. I'm going to find it.
Yeah.
I'm putting you on the spot there because I'm going to look her up.
Yes, look her up. Everybody should look her up. She's amazing. And so reading that, and then so it inspired me. And so that inspiration has led me to the point where I want to be real with people too. Like, I want people to know, like you say in your words, that I come from the mud, right? Mm-hmm. That I have a really difficult story. So, I mean, my story is one that's very different from a lot of people's stories. You know, having 2 children, as a teen mom, you know, putting the situation, like, I didn't choose the situation that I was in. My parents chose that situation for me. So, you know, I went through a lot as a young girl, a lot of abuse as a young girl.
Like a lot of my granddaughter, my daughter,
yes.
Them. Yeah. So just personal.
Yeah. And so we can get into it for a little bit here, but I went through a lot of trauma, a lot of abuse as a young girl, and I kept a lot of secrets. I didn't always I told my parents about one thing that happened, but there was a lot of things that were happening that I wasn't talking about. And you know, that caused a lot of issues spiraling into more issues. My dad had some health problems. He was taking some medication that caused him to be, you know, to have severe mood swings. Those mood swings turned into more abuse. Right. That abuse then turned into rebelliousness for me. And there was a lot of dysfunction in my family.
Everybody's family don't matter. I'm telling you.
And so that's one thing that I understand, right? That, you know, that's one lived experience that I come from. But in that, my parents tried to settle me down using religion, right? And saying, you know, that because of, you know, their what's the word?
Their upbringing?
No, their
tradition.
Their thought. They
ideologies. I don't know. I'm trying to help, baby. I don't know.
Thank you. Their beliefs, right? They were thinking. There's a word
positive,
for
though.
it.
That's a positive. What they were trying to do. They were
trying to correct,
you. Yeah.
Right? They were trying to correct. They were trying to ground me, because they believed that I was promiscuous, right? And they were trying to settle me down, and so they put me into an arranged relationship. And there was some other things that happened that I really don't like to discuss too publicly, right? Yeah. And so I'm just giving you like the you know where I'm at and what I'm comfortable in sharing. And so my parents felt like the best way would be to settle me down through marriage. And so I was 14 years old when they put me into an arranged relationship. And in that arranged relationship, you know, I had 2 children. Coming out, turning 18, we were engaged to be married when I ran away. The 2 of us, you know, he also had abandoned, you know, me through, you know, some situations. We were back together and, you know, back and forth. It was wild.
Yeah, Marvin, let me just ask you just one question, right? Is this part of the culture?
No, I don't know. You know, I can't say that it's part of the culture, but, you know, it was definitely part of my story and my life, right? And so I ended up running away from my situation when I turned 18 and became an unhoused person. And I went through the welfare system.
So unhoused mean homeless?
Homeless, yeah. And so I went through the homeless program.
That's a hell of an issue right now. I don't know if the county touches that. But when we do the debate this Friday, that we're going to have to touch it.
Yeah, that's absolutely one thing that we should be focusing on as candidates, that, you know, this unhoused situation. And you know, there's a lot I think that we're missing in the preventativeness, right? We need to put in some safeguards for people and really help them before it's an issue, right? And I'm talking about pathways to trade, pathways to higher education. We need to look at the unhoused situation as like a public health crisis that it is.
That's going to be a hard one to tackle. So we got, guys, before we go down, I was going to ask you this real fast and back to the personal stuff. So I struggle. No, not nothing personal.
No, it's good. Yeah. I'll talk about the personal stuff.
No, I'm not going to get you go too far in that. Yeah, but my senorita before, I went to, she's probably listening. We went to Mexico.
Okay.
And we went to Mexico. And,
what part of Mexico?
Guadalajara. I've been going to Mexico for 15 years. We go all over Mexico. I've been to the pyramids in Mexico City. My wife is from Guadalajara, Mexico. We go to Michoacan. We go
My husband's family is from La Piedad, Michoacan.
Oh my God! So I went there, and they got them big old avocados, and the cheap was like maybe a quarter. I don't know if it was even that much. Yeah, but what my point was going to be is when you talk about your personal stuff, I struggle with this sometimes too. Being that I came from the inner city, I'm successful now by any measure, any barometer. But I don't care how we look at it.
Congratulations! I'm proud of you.
Yeah, I'm successful. But my point is though, when you talk about your yesterdays, do we get a lot of, do you, or sometimes you feel like when you talk about your yesterdays, your past, you get some doors shut in your face. So how far should we go, and what's the line? I don't know, because half the time I don't really care what people think, but I have to think. But you've been a politician.
I think the line is where your family is comfortable. Right? Because that's what I have to think about. I have to think that there are other people that are affected by what I put out in the public. And I have to make sure that they're okay. Our family is aware, right? My two oldest children have been adopted by my husband, but he has been their daddy since they were little, and they understand that and they know that. It's not a secret. So together as a family, my husband has adopted 3 children. I have adopted 1 because my husband and I adopted a little boy together. But these adoptions, my family is aware of them. And so I will talk about what my children are comfortable with sharing publicly.
Right.
But there's a lot that goes unsaid, because
it should be not everybody can't know everything because they'll try to use it against you.
That's right. And then my parents, they made some decisions that they wouldn't back now, right? Like they're regretful about those decisions that were made, and we have moved past that and trying still sometimes, because it's traumatic. And so sometimes there's waves where I feel resentful again or hurt again. And, so even though we work on that trauma and we try and repair that, there's still work that we're doing. And so I don't want to really bring all of that back up, because this is real life for me. This is not just a story. This is not something that I'm disconnected to. This is my life and things that I still have to continue working on. And as a social worker, going through the master's program and really studying this type of psychology and trauma that I go through, I have to sit in a classroom sometimes and read scenarios and work on scenarios that are very similar to the kind of trauma that I went through. We just went to a movie screening.
Michael Jackson?
It's actually called Possum. It's a story about a city in Texas called Possum Trot. And the movie, let me see the title of the movie. But this movie is about a city out in Texas that the church there really spearheaded an adoption. What do you call it? Like frenzy. The entire city got involved in adoptions, and I think they said over 22 families adopted over 70 kids. And so I'm watching this movie, and I'm really relating to one of the main characters because of, what I've gone through. And it's called Sound of Hope. And it's a story about a possum trot. And I highly recommend if anybody has the opportunity to watch it. And I leaned over and I told my professor, if I had a case file as a child, nobody would have wanted me.
Right. But so somebody's out there probably wondering, hey, man, that guy Doug Best, ain't he on the show talking to that mayor and she running for supervisor? Yeah, but this the whole point. Man, this is the whole purpose of this whole podcast for me. Man, me and the Honorable Mayor Maria Pacheco, well, we trying to convey to the people, and I think she'll agree. It don't really matter if you came from a situation where your parents might not have had no money. You might have grew up on food stamps and welfare and the projects or whatever her situation was.
Any kind of dysfunction you may have gone through, trauma, generational trauma.
But now you look at the mayor. She's running for the Board of Supervisors. And then you look at me, all the stuff that I done went through.
Yeah.
We're an example of the possibilities. And then before we got on air, I asked her what it looked like. She's got a master's degree. And then you saying at the beginning, you quit school?
Well, yeah, I had babies when I was a teenager, so I left high school. I left in the 10th grade.
And then here it is. I'm not going to say how many years ago. It was a few months ago.
Just a little while ago. Just a couple years back.
A couple of days ago, she got the master's degree.
Oh, the master's degree. Yeah, no, I just completed the program. In fact, this week is, we're wrapping everything up this week, and we're turning in our final papers, which I turned in.
That Dr. Deshauna Ricks, she said she went through the same program that you went through. She's going to be on at 4 o'clock.
Dr. Ricks is not even, she blows me away. She is the most educated person I know. Has she told you how many degrees she has?
No, I was on my apartment complex the other day, and she came over, and I got to be honest with you. I'm fixing on the air conditioner. Somebody tried to play me out of 20,000.
Oh, no.
And I'm talking to my best friend, ChatGPT. I'm talking to the phone for real. I'm talking to ChatGPT. I figured out how to fix it.
You can call Chat.
Oh, my God. And we talked just briefly, but her grandma called me this morning. I know her grandma. And her dad, she don't even know I know them. And she was saying, baby, I'm so happy, Doug, you probably don't remember. I said, Miss Ricks, how can I not remember you? This is Dr. Ricks' grandma, she called me. But we didn't get a chance to go into no deep details. But she's going to be on the show at 4 o'clock today.
Her grandma?
No, not grandma. Grandma's been a politician since... And grandma is like made out of something that we don't know, like a superwoman.
Yeah.
Like a superwoman. Mm-hmm. But the point that I was going to make, so Dr. Ricks, she's got a doctorate degree, not a PhD, a EDD. And then you got a master's degree. And the point that I was trying to make earlier, I was going to ask if you could articulate this. Guys, even though the Honorable Mayor, Maria Pacheco, she has a master's degree, and Dr. Ricks has a doctorate degree, just getting a whole bunch of facts and a whole bunch of information don't necessarily mean that you're smarter. Oftentimes in our neighborhood, they'll say, the knowledge is the key to success. I don't think that having a bunch of facts and information is the key to success. I think the application, how you use whatever you use, because my daddy couldn't read and write.
No, look, education it's definitely beautiful. Opens doors.
Okay, go with me.
Your certificates and your degrees definitely open doors. Your skill, your trade opens doors, right? But I am a firm believer that education doesn't only come through institution.
Right, yeah, that's the
education
point.
Comes through experience, mistakes.
Oh, a bunch of mistakes.
Yeah. You may be able to go through an educational institution, earn a degree, and definitely be smarter. But it doesn't bring wisdom, wiser, right? Experience.
And the difference is what?
Does.
I think that's where we get lost at. The knowledge and wisdom. The application.
Big difference.
Okay. And
big difference. Okay. Yeah. And I think that the community,
because they talk about some educated foods. That's my daddy would say that in a minute.
Our community is well educated when it comes to hard knocks, skills, life, right? I don't know how we could be where we are without knowing how to adjust and improvise. And our community has had to do that to get by and to survive, right?
Yeah. So
we have to make decisions.
So, Mayor, so just stay with me right now. When she talking about our community, she talking about regular people.
Yes.
I'm talking about it's more regular, common people than it is movie stars and celebrities.
Absolutely, 100%.
It's more. And when she's talking about our community, she talking about regular people. And why are we talking about this? We talking about this so you could just see if you get somebody like the Honorable Mayor, Maria Pacheco, and she get on the board of supervisors. Now you could say, man, I heard that lady.
What you talking about if?
No.
What you talking about if?
Oh, man, she finna knock my teeth out right here. Win! Let's win! Let's speak this into existence. June 2nd. She's trying to knock this out the ballpark on June 2nd. Everybody go and vote. So the point is the reason why she talking about all her yesterdays and all her different experiences and all her achievements to let you know you can come from here and then the sky is the limit. That's why we talking about it, so you can see how oftentimes when we see like Donald Trump and the rest of those people, you be wondering, man, how much is real and how much is not real. So she's actually sharing. I didn't know none of this stuff either. I Google everything, so you just know. I Google I'll be on my senorita be saying, no, I'm tired. Cansado. Interpretation, cut that phone off. You sharing everything with us, and why she's sharing this? She want everybody to know, if you correct me if I'm wrong, that I didn't have some life experiences like everybody else.
That's right.
But God also blessed me with some gifts and some blessings, with the babies, with the good husband, being the mayor, getting a master's degree, learning and being able to go into them different doors and different boardrooms. I don't got to touch that one before you go. Mm-hmm. And she just want everybody to know, if you do, when you do, go out and vote for her June 2nd, that she's going to be somebody that's relatable. Not that you can call her any time of night. She's going to have a staff. Yeah, you can't.
I'll keep answering my phone. I truly do. It's been the best part of being in this seat, is to become the leader that I've always wanted to see in this seat. And so, and that's what I will continue to be for the community, is that person that does answer the phone. That person that does respond to emails, that person that does come out to your community events. But you're going to be so busy, though. It's okay. I've been busy. Look, Doug, okay. I am a mother of 6. I'm a wife. I've been married to my husband for 25 years. I'm a full-time student. Senorita? I am a full-time student in the master's program at Fresno State. I'm the mayor for the city of Kerman. I'm the senior field representative for Assemblywoman Esmeralda Soria.
Oh, I love that lady. I could barely say her name. I just learned how to say her name.
Okay, yeah. I have had a lot of hats and a lot of responsibilities that I have been able to keep every single commitment that I have made. Running this campaign. And
how much time is it that how much time you
taking care of my mother-in-law, taking care of my children, doing all just today, I had to wake up early in the morning, get up, get my mother-in-law together.
Any exercise?
Exercise. I'm knocking on doors. I'm walking miles every day. That's my exercise.
That's exercise.
Yeah. So, I had to get up early, make sure that my son is up, getting ready for school, in the shower while I'm making breakfast for my mother-in-law, and making sure that her hair is combed and that she's taken care of and that she took her pills and she has everything that she's going to need for the day, getting my son off to school, getting back over to the house, getting myself ready. I had an interview early this morning.
And you on the Doug Best Show, baby. Uh-huh.
After that interview, I had 1 hour before I had to be here. I had to drive to Kerman, which was 20 minutes from my interview spot, drive to Kerman, go in there, make sure my mother-in-law had lunch and make sure that she was cared for. And then driving all the way back here to Fresno to do this show, to drive all the way back to Kerman, get my son from school, make sure that my mother-in-law is taken care of. I have another interview that I'm doing, or not an interview, but a conversation that I'm having over the phone for an article that someone's writing. Making sure that, I'm in class at 6, that I have time to do, endorsements, calls. And then after I get out of my class, because it's my last class, so I'm out early, right. I'm heading out and knocking on doors. And so, I have not failed on any of my commitments. Holding a 4.0. I'm an honor student, by the way.
Oh, my God. Yeah, that's amazing.
I am true.
What about
if I
burnout,
say I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it.
Burn out, though? Guys, you on the Doug Best Show, and they probably thinking, hey, man, Marie, they probably saying, Barbara Walters wouldn't do an interview like that. Stephen A. Man, this is when the people come and get on this show right here. I want you to feel at home. I want you to feel comfortable. I want you to be able to share. And I want the people to be out there to be able to relate to you. That's why they're going to go and vote for you. But I was going to ask you, some days, and I got to say this correctly, I'll be here in the tax house. We get out of here at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. My senorita be in there asleep. But some days I'll be like so burnt out. I don't want nobody calling me. I don't want to talk to nobody. Can do that happen to you?
I mean, there's mornings that I wake up and I just am like, I can't do it today. And I give myself 5 minutes in that bed to feel sorry for myself.
Not 5 minutes.
And, do it. And then I gotta remember all of the people that are counting on me.
Yeah.
And I throw those blankets off and I get up. And I think that and there's times that I drag myself into that bathroom. I can't even open my eyes and I'm just not sure I'm going to be able to make it or do it again. But the shower is like a miracle.
Or a lot of coffee?
Yeah. I'm not even really big on caffeine, actually. This is about as much caffeine as I can take without feeling like I have the jitters.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, got to get in there. You got to keep going. There are so many people that believe in me that does not leave the slightest opportunity for me to give up. I keep moving for them.
Yeah, but Mayor Maria, and then I don't, at least, when I work, I'm compensated. I'm very expensive. I ain't doing nothing for cheap. When they say he's a black, no, I'm the most expensive person you can come see if you come. No, because I know my worth and I done studied. I make sure that whatever I do, I'm doing 1,000%. You don't have to double check it. But I was just thinking, though, man, and I'm trying to say this correctly. Man, you could be like Barack Obama, you could be like Donald Trump, or you could be like the Honorable Mayor Jerry Dyer or Gary Bretterfield or whatever. Man, in politics, people will turn on you like on a drop of a dime. Mm-hmm. You know that, huh?
Oh, I've experienced that.
Okay. Yeah, so what's the motivation? I mean, you want to help the people.
Because I'm not here for the politics.
But you're a politician, so no matter whether you're in it for the politics or not, people, it's a cutthroat business.
I think that's an old idea. I think that's what we need to be rid of. But the people still,
the snakes is still the snakes.
A snake is still a snake.
They still in this. It's the politics. They trying to cut your head off because the rest of the people.
So if you're walking through a field and a snake comes out and it bites you.
No, I'm gonna be a little alert.
What are you gonna do? I mean, are you gonna chase that snake and ask him why? Why did you bite me? Or are you just going to focus on, okay, you've been bitten. That's what snakes do. They bite. And,
prevention.
Try to figure out how to take care of yourself and how to keep moving forward. And that's what I do. I mean, snakes are always going to be snakes. And I'm not trying to figure out why they're snakes. I just want to be able to look after myself, look after my community, be the advocate that we need, and keep moving forward. I'm not trying to figure out why snakes are snakes.
I agree with that. No, I'm not going to say I agree with that. I'm just saying I understand that because I'm going to be trying to take, I'll be trying to cut the snake head off when I see it. But no, but I ain't running for no political office. I'm a businessman. But Mayor, but what my question is, I told Nab Graham this the other day, and AJ, and then we're going to have Ariana Martinez. A lot. They're going to be on the show. But I told him, man, I'm not trying to have no show where everybody's going to be over there saying, hey, click me. and we playing footsie. I don't. This ain't the Doug Best Show. I want you guys to get on there, and I want no. If you're just trying to play footsie, just stay at home. But so at one point in time, I was telling Nab and them this just the other day. Say, man, y'all got to debate it out. Somebody got to figure out, why do I want you to be the gladiator for me downtown? You don't think that's at some point? I seen all them different people. I watched the debate 5 times. My senorita got tired of me looking at it. And I cut it off the TV and put it on my phone. I watched it. And everybody was so nice and everybody was so polite. But at the end, everybody was saying, you agree, you've seen this, that I'm the only one on this roster that could do this, that could cook cookies, or I could do this, or I can make steak. But the people want to know, will she fight for me?
Absolutely.
Sometimes you got
I've
to take
proven it.
Sometimes you got to take the gloves off, and you're gonna say, I'm Maria, the nice lady. But right now, I got the gloves off, and this is what I'm gonna do. Would you fight for the people like
Absolutely.
that with total conviction?
100%.
And sometimes, your colleagues and the people that's on the roster with you might not agree with you, but you're fighting for the people.
I'm gonna fight for the people.
That's what they want to hear.
I'm gonna fight for you. I've proven it. I've done it time and time again. Where I don't just come with an attitude. Fighting is not just about having an attitude. Fighting isn't just about being the loudest person in the room.
I agree with that.
Fighting is knowing your stuff. Fighting is understanding policy. Fighting is having the solutions. Fighting is having the relationships with the right people that can bring these resources to the community.
Right.
Fighting is understanding how to navigate the system. Growing up in Kerman, growing through systems that were not built for me, having to navigate through these systems with my lived experience already, understanding what is important to my community, understanding that people are struggling to pay their rent, understanding that people are struggling just to have a gallon of milk in their refrigerator, understanding these struggles. This is what real policy is built off of. Because if you don't have an understanding of the people, if you don't understand the community, if you don't understand the struggle, then how can you fight for me?
You can't.
You can't.
Mm-hmm.
You can't. And so coming into a position like this, having this opportunity with your vote, with this voice, and understanding, having an education in social work, in policy, in having the lived experience to back that up.
Right.
That is what I bring to this table that no one else can bring.
Right. Hey guys, I'm just sitting right here, and then I'm my expertise is my ability to read people. That's what I got. I mean, I got college education, but what caused me to be successful, and my son has this too, people skills. I'm sitting here and listening to her, man. I'm talking to politicians all day. People want to be on the show, and I'm calling them to be on the show. I feel her. And the other lady, Esmeralda, I felt her, and I'm feeling the honorable mayor. And
Assemblywoman Soria is amazing. She's an amazing advocate for the community, and I'm so honored and blessed to have her mentorship.
So you and her friends?
Yeah, I work for her, I would call her my friend. Absolutely.
Oh, I know. Miss Rick says she know you, and then guys, So what happens when you come on the show? If somebody comes on here and I don't feel them, I'm gonna be always diplomatic and polite, but I'm feeling her. And then in the black neighborhood, when you say you feel somebody, I was gonna say. I can't say BS. No, I'm not going to say that. If you don't feel them, no, I want somebody to come on the show so I don't use no profanity. My senorita stressed that. Tu palabras es muy malo. It's just that means your words are bad. Yeah, but I'm feeling her, guys. And then man, go out and vote. And then a lot of people, you could be a black person. And then if you get on this show and I don't feel you, I'm not going to say nothing impolite. But the people gonna know if I feel you. I feel her. I mean, she came here and she's telling the truth, and then you telling your whole life. I was wondering when you was telling your personal stuff. I said, man, I I'm hoping I'm not putting you on the spot. And then before we close, Honorable Mayor Maria Pacheco from Kermit, she's running for the Board of Supervisors. June 2nd, she want to knock it out the park like, KT for D3. And I'm not being disrespectful to other people that's running for District 3. But I want to just ask you just one thing. What do it mean when you go in them smoke-filled rooms? This is what I done seen or when I done studied. And you get a chance to see when they really talking about millions and billions of dollars. You been in them rooms?
Yes, I have.
And then, so this what happens, guys, how people, and then maybe she could articulate a little bit before we close. And so you could have some money, man. I got some money. I earned my money the old-fashioned way. I got the money and the properties and all that kind of stuff. But I don't got no power. I can't go in no rooms with nobody. And I could pay some attorney if somebody do something stupid to me. I could pay an attorney to fix something. Maybe, but it's going to cost me a bunch of money. But if you get elected, tell us what it's like when you go in them rooms where the people really got the power to say, that area on Blackstone, we're going to fix it and we're going to put the money there. You been in them kind of rooms?
I have been in those kind of rooms. I just want to say when I get elected, I will be in those rooms.
Am I saying if we I'm getting a public spanking, baby. My apologies. Yeah, but just tell me what's it like in one of those rooms? Is it a bunch of old rich white guys in there smoking cigars or no?
Well, there's many different rooms, many different spaces that we come together to make these decisions for people. And so I think that the most important thing to know, walking in these rooms, I don't often see women of color in these rooms. And so bringing that different kind of perspective into these spaces, I think is incredibly important. And for this particular district,
are you
District
walking in there with power? Do you walk in there like sometimes I did this, and I hate to say this, I'll be saying like, yes, sir. And when I really don't want to say, I want to speak my mind. When you go in there, I'm trying to say it politely, Sometimes they say that, in black guys, when you get in a certain position, you got to be buck dancing and contaminant.
Doug, I take up space.
Okay,
I take up space. I understand where I am, and I understand who I represent and what I bring to the table. And I am not afraid to speak my mind.
Right, but sometimes the consequences could be, like you could see, like when the people say, this is a sidebar, when the people, even a person that's interviewing Donald Trump, he could destroy your life if you don't agree with him. And I'm sure in some of them rooms, there could be some people at the Board of Supervisors, Brettafield and the rest of them, they might have the power to do something to destroy your life. You fear that?
No.
I'm trying to say it correctly.
No, I think that, with the people on the Board of Supervisors, I think we may have some differing ideas on certain policies. However, I think that when it comes down to the nitty gritty, I think that the supervisors will come to the table and have, real life discussions. There will be compromises that need to be made. I'm looking forward to working with them, hearing what they have to say, what their intentions are for the upcoming years. We're going to be facing a shortfall, here coming up. I would assume with this, well, not assume, but we will be facing a shortfall with this new administration and the fundings that have been cut. And I think that we're all going to have to be able to come to the table and have meaningful discussions on how we're going to be moving forward. And I think that we all, regardless of
you saying the mayor administration? You saying how the mayor budget? Or are you talking about with Donald Trump?
I'm talking about Fresno County.
Okay. And
the budget that Fresno County, will have, for the upcoming years.
Okay.
And I'm talking about years. This is going to affect us for probably the next decade. And so it'll probably, it's a long time. It's going to affect us for a long time. And I think that we're all going to be able to come to the table and work together. I'm hopeful of that.
That's positive. That's positive thinking. Then Mayor, I'm looking at the thing over there, the clock. We got a clock on the wall, guys. And And when we got into discourses, what happens, guys, you ever been talking to a friend and next thing you know, that we're going to talk for 5 minutes. Then it turned into 10 minutes. Then next thing we know, girl, could you give me some coffee over there? And we drink a coffee and we eat a donut and then we end up eating a sandwich and then the time goes by. That's what happened when I'm talking to her. I'm feeling comfortable. I hope she's feeling comfortable. And I'm hoping everybody's out there that's feeling comfortable. And then we're going to close in a second.
Appreciate you, Doug. Thanks for having me on the show.
I love you being on the show. And then, guys, this is the Honorable Mayor, Maria Pacheco from the city of Kerman. Not too far from here, about 15, 20 minutes you go down. Do they call it Whitesbridge? I don't know the name. That's 180.
I mean, there's a lot of different ways to get into town, but I personally like to come up Kearney Boulevard to come into town.
Yeah, I know Kearney. Yeah. I used to have a store on Kearney Boulevard.
Or California. Avoid the traffic.
So everybody's going west to make it to Kerman. But she's running for the Board of Supervisors. District 1.
District 1.
District 1. And she wants to win. She want to win, right?
I'm going to win.
She's going to win. Not won't. She says she's going to confidence.
With your help, I need you to get your ballots out of your mailbox. I need you to go check your mailboxes today. I need you to get them out, read them through, and bubble in Maria Pacheco, Fresno County Board of Supervisors, District 1.
District 1. And guys, and one other thing we're going to ask you to do. If you see this on the social media, man, go to her page. Go to her page, Matthews, and make sure that she got all kinds of stuff up. Could you tell them your page on the social media? And then if you see this, what we doing right now, we doing Facebook Live. I'm going to share and I'm going to share and I'm going to share and I'm going to pin it to my screen. If you guys see it and you don't get an opportunity to see the whole thing, send it to your cousin. Your primo, your prima. Mm-hmm. Send it to your uncles or your auntie, your tío, your tía.
Yeah.
Or your abuelo, your grandma, or your grandpa, a friend, amigo, amiga. You just send it to them.
Your ex. I don't care, everybody.
No, don't send it to little daddy. No, don't. Yeah, send it to your ex. But she wants everybody vote. She wants everybody votes. And so what she was saying, man, this is, I can't do it. I couldn't be no politician. No, I couldn't be a politician at all. I couldn't do it. It takes too much time, and the compensation is not going to be people going to. But you got to be a special kind of person, and she's a special kind of person. And then, Honorable Mayor, just take us home and tell the people what you want to tell them. And I could fix that camera right there, or you could just talk to that camera right there.
This one here?
That's perfect.
Okay. All right, everyone. So if you want to learn more about me, you can go to pachecoforfresno.com. We have a website up. We'd appreciate, any kind of feedback that you have for us. If you'd like to give us a campaign donation, we'll take that too. Definitely trying to get us through the primary. Your ballots are in the mailbox now, and if they're not there now, they will be soon. And so I'm looking forward to your vote, looking forward to serving you as your next supervisor for Fresno County District 1. Thanks, y'all.
And then the election is the second. If you don't get a chance to put it,
you can also vote in person. The election day is June 2nd, and that's for the primary. And so if I don't win outright in the primary, then we'll have a round 2 hopefully coming here in November. So looking forward to serving you, and we will talk to you soon.
Okay, guys, Mayor, it's been a pleasure of mine. My hands are up. Okay,
you're good.
Okay, guys, we'll see you soon. The Honorable Maria Pacheco from Kerman. She's running for the Board of Supervisors. You guys,
Maria Pacheco, District 1.
See you guys soon.
Don't forget to vote.